Kind of weird reaching out to them instead of the other way around, isn't it? Pretty convinced.
Roach?
I know, I trust you, but the record streak, I'm only one away. Again.
Roach?
Know what happened the last time I was paired up? I don't want it.
Roach!
This new one to... What?
Our new potential recruit. He's
Standing right here. Yeah, I said I know. I'm aware of his presence, have been since he walked in the door. I said what I said. I stand by it. And rookie, don't you dare let me down. Got a lot to prove around here.
The hunt continues. I hope you fare well. You're prompt. Good trait for a tracker. Anyhow, we can talk about punctuality or we can get down to business. I am Agent Number 1, or No One, if you prefer. I take it you've had enough bounty hunting on your own. I'm glad you have decided to entertain our offer. A drop of enthusiasm can create an ocean of success. Remember that. However, it is not as simple as accepting and taking an oath. You must be tested in the field and face a true challenge before taking up the mantle of tracker. Do you have any questions before we proceed? You don't, nor do we need you specifically. Our partnership can be mutually beneficial. You would have access to valuable bounties you might otherwise not. In turn, your skills will be useful to us as we seek to retrieve our most elusive quarries. The mission boards are merely a tool we use to expand our reach to freelancers who either do not have the capabilities or the desire to work with the Trackers Alliance in a more official capacity. To put it simply, those bounties are trifles compared to what official trackers deal with. They're lower risk, lower reward. Why not you? I know of your accomplishments. In Akila City, you thwarted a dangerous hostage situation without violence. Without hesitation, you saved lives in New Atlantis when one of the most deadly predators in the universe attacked. I could say more, but trust that you would not be here if I did not believe you worthy. Excellent. Before we accept you as an official tracker, you'll need to demonstrate competency in the field. To that end, I would like you to first accept the available bounty on the wanted display on the nearby wall, then report back to me.
Look what the Astra dragged in.
The Alliance is strong and getting stronger by the day. Good. You have your mission. Once you are a tracker, you may not get a briefing like this for your missions. You'll be expected to handle them by yourself. So you know about Hannibal Eutropio. Go ahead and trust your intuition then. Whatever gets the job done, you'll need to find his chop shop. And to do that, you'll need to find his associate, Adrastos Dakota, here in Akila City. I am assigning another tracker, Roach, to be your partner. You should speak with him for more details. Roach has been instructed that if he wants to continue in our service, he will comply. He will get over it. He always does. I trust that his demeanor will ease once he gets to know you. Roach is one of our best trackers. You would do well to learn from his techniques. I wish you the best of luck. Leave no quarter. Show no mercy.
What are you standing around for when there's fugitives on the loose?
Yo.
Hey, so, about earlier, when you first arrived,
And Roach hasn't been doing it nearly as long, right? But he keeps going on about all
okay, I guess Agent No One told you more in their briefing than they were originally going to. Fine. I don't want to waste time either. Any other questions for me?
I did care about such things, which I don't. I simply take my time. While Roach is out there chasing down easy...
The record for consecutive successful bounty missions is held by a tracker who went by the call sign Volk. 372 consecutive bounties brought in. That's 372 with no escapes, no mistakes. I came close to beating this record, but, well, didn't. I was a legend around here, but don't bring him up. It's a bit of a sore spot for a lot of trackers. You ever work with someone who was really good at their job, but they just seem to rub everyone the wrong way? The boss won't do anything about it because they're afraid of losing that person. It was like that with Volk and the previous Agent No One. Except Volk was just needlessly cruel to his quarries. And everyone. Even his allies. I mean, like, torturing children to draw out their parents kind of cruel. He was a bad dude. He killed the previous No One. I don't want to talk about it anymore. And neither should you. I was doing great until I volunteered to partner up with a rookie like you. They ran in, guns blazing, got shot up, and we had to evac, which let our mark get away. Couldn't save him either, so a waste all around. But now, I'm being voluntold that I need to partner up with you for reasons I don't want to get into right now. So, best not disappoint me. Good. Glad we had this talk. Now let's get down to business. This Adrastos guy is our ticket to finding Hannibal. We find him, bring him in, and get the information out of him. Any questions? Great. Adrastos was last sighted in town, so we're going to go out there and you'll use your scanner to find him. Once we do, we'll convince him to chat with us. By force, if need be. If you don't have any more questions, let's hit the road. I think we were given a bum deal. Hannibal has been on the wanted list for ages, and no tracker's been able to nab him despite many trying. But maybe Agent No One's expectations are low, and they just want to see how you handle a tough but low-stakes situation. For that, I guess it's perfect. I just wish they weren't intent on dragging my record down with it. Sure, whatever. I'll dial it back some, but I'm not gonna let us fail because you're too proud or whatever. Funny you ask. Until recently, no one even knew what he looked like. Despite his many crimes, he's managed to keep an exceptionally low profile. As you can imagine, it's hard to find someone when you don't know their face and can't find their base of operations. This is compounded by the fact that he never leaves a trace, and we never know when or where he'll strike next. The fact that we got info linking Adrastos to him is a damn miracle. It's the hope. He's our only lead at the moment. Now, if the question is, do I trust him, that's a different story. But again, we do what we can with the information we have. Stop it, you're being weird. It's good and all you want to get to know me, but I don't see how it's gonna help us right now. Let's focus on the mission first. It'll tell us more about each other than any small talk ever could. And if you still want to know more, we can talk when we get back. I'd wish you luck, but we both know it's more about skill.
Hey, can I help you? What? No, I mean, yeah, I'm Adrastos. Clearly. You want to see my boss, Hannibal, right? Maybe we can work something out. Okay, fine. I'll tell you what you want to know. What exactly do you want to know? Something about Hannibal, right?
You need to tell us where he is. Then, as long as the intel's good, we can consider letting you off easy. Got it?
I don't know what you mean. Hey, does your partner know you stopped taking your meds? Might be a good time to tell him.
Come on, rookie. We gotta get him to talk and tell us where to find the chop shop. If you're not willing to grill him, I will. I promise he'll like that option less.
It's an old abandoned star yard in the Andromos system. Andromos 4A to be exact. Surrounded by a field of giant space rocks. Can't miss it. Actually, you can. That's kind of the point.
Great. You're coming with us then. You run, you die. You cause a commotion, you die. You so much as sneeze without asking.
I die. I think I get it. Well, what are we waiting for? To the chop shop.
Right. Hey, rookie, a word? So normally, you'd register Adrastos with the system and leave him bound for someone to come pick him up. But we need him to tag along with us. Now, if we show up in my ship, we'll lose the element of surprise. I'd rather keep our cards close to our chest. Gives Hannibal less chance to escape. Yeah, I've got one all right. See, the last guy I took in wound up dead and unknowingly donated his ship. It's a nice ride, and the parts are valuable. We'll use that. Adrastos here is gonna help us on the comms as we approach.
Oh, I am?
Or he'll find himself in deep space without a suit. He's going to play it as if he jacked a ship and brought it to be chopped up. And he's going to do it without giving it away that we're on board because he knows what'll happen if he does.
As I was saying, I'm going to do just that.
He'll stay behind on the ship. Not much trouble he can get into with his hands tied, and there isn't exactly anywhere he can go. Plan doesn't change much. There'll just be more bodies, and hopefully Hannibal won't escape. Great. Let's get to it then. The ship's parked at the spaceport. You'll be the one in the pilot's seat, so I can keep an eye on our good buddy Adrastos. Let's wrap this one up nice and quick.
We're here! Hot off
The shop
stellar
should be
slide.
right around here. You should expect them to hail you. When they do, keep your yaps shut and let me do the talking, or else they'll know something's up.
And there won't be any funny business, no tip-offs, no nonsense like code messaging, because Adrastos knows what happens to an unprotected body in space.
Yeah, I've heard. All right, shall we? Hey, it's me, Adrastos. Am I coming in?
Loud and clear, Mr. Dakota.
Perfect. Look, I just lifted this sweet ride from some poor sap in Akila. I need to bring it into the shop. You got room?
She's a beaut, all right. We'll get those numbers filed off, and then we'll decide if we want to keep her as is or strip her for parts. Bay 1 is almost free. You're clear to dock with it. See you on the inside.
See, look at that. Smooth and easy as Chunk's pie.
We'll see. Make sure you're suited up and ready for anything, rookie. Easy part's over. Expect resistance once we get inside. Something tells me they're not gonna take kindly to us.
Probably not. Hey,
You're staying right here on board, and we're locking the door behind us so no one can get in or out. You know, just in case you were hoping for your friends to help you. Me and my partner will go in and grab Hannibal. We'll be back before you know it.
sounds like you got it all figured out. I'd say good luck, but that doesn't exactly work in my favor, so... I don't know. Don't have too much fun without me? Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
Okay, rookie. Remember, they shoot at us, that's on them. They chose their fate. It's open season on assholes. It's my preference to take Hannibal in alive. He's more valuable that way. But if it comes down to it, we'll do what we've got to do. Let's go get him.
We're under attack! Don't let them into the loading bay! We're going into lockdown!
Shoot! I give up! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold up! You got the wrong guy! I'm not Hannibal, I swear! I just work for him! Whoa, how?
Hello, trackers. By now you've probably found my associate Deke and learned that he is not, in fact, me. And that I am not who I said I was. Darn it, I know, right? Anyway, if you look out the window, you can see I'm taking your beautiful ship. Thanks, by the way. But don't worry, I won't leave you stranded. I'm not that bad a guy. You'll find a container nearby with a key to an old junker that should hold up long enough to get you home. I've left you some other goodies too, just so there's no hard feelings. It should unlock now. As for me, I think I'm out of the stolen ship business after this, so I won't trouble you anymore. So long, and thanks for playing.
Almost makes it hard, Dave. Almost. And Rookie, I don't know how you figured all that whole mess before Hannibal revealed himself. It's like you have a sixth sense. Well, we gotta get back to HQ. Let's see what he's left us and hope he's not luring us into a death trap. I don't want to hear it.
God damn, he wasn't kidding. Looks like he barely fly. Still, that Hannibal is something else. Could have marooned us and left us to starve. At least we can get home.
I hope you bring good news. I assume your return means you have successfully completed your mission. But where is Hannibal?
I'll let you say it, Rookie. I told you, Rookie, that's a bad idea. The only thing we got out of this mission is a clear ID on Hannibal's face, but we have no other information on him currently. You want to waste your time? Be my guest.
I agree with Roach. Without any information to go on, your search would be fruitless. Keep an eye out for him, and if the opportunity presents itself, we will get him. In the meantime, our agents will continue to investigate. More importantly, Roach, how do you evaluate your partner's performance?
Even if we didn't catch our target, Rookie here did a good job. I stood back and advised. Rookie did most of the work. They'd make a good tracker.
I trust your endorsement, Roach. With that, your assessment is complete. Roach believes you did well. Welcome to the Trackers Alliance. Other bounties on the display will now be available to you, as will the downstairs lounge. There, you will find the Elite Bounty Board, with tougher missions, as well as other amenities and resources. Lastly, you will choose a call sign. This is how other trackers will know you within the Alliance. It will obfuscate your identity and keep you safe. It is affirmed. Henceforth, you shall be known among trackers as Tempest.
Good work. You ever want to learn from the best? I'm your guy. I did tell you I would, didn't I? Okay, fine. Been bounty hunting for a while. Before that, I was a line cook at a shitty little restaurant in Neon, of all things. Got no family, no close friends. In other words, no liabilities getting in the way of being the best tracker in the history of the Alliance. That's me in a nutshell. Rookie numbers, which, considering you're still a rookie, seems appropriate. You know you don't get anything for beating my record, right? Ah, so you want to learn from the best. Well, let me tell you, all that matters in this line of work is that you get the job done. Sometimes that means skirting the law. It's usually on our side anyway. Alive or dead means you've got a choice. Don't get too hung up on it. Always go with whatever guarantees success. No sense bringing morality into it. These people are wanted criminals on the run from justice. Last thing, competition is a strong motivator. That's how I got where I am today. Well, you weren't that bad of a partner. You kind of grew on me. That and I need someone to compare bounty scores with. Was hoping you'd be game. All these other losers think it's beneath them or something. Great! I had a good feeling about you. You've got a lot of catching up to do if you want to even approach my numbers, but don't think I'll just stop and let you.
The hunt continues. I hope you fare well.
For you, I will. I have seen death. I have seen tragedy. I have seen more beg for their lives than I can count. But what I haven't seen is a fledgling tracker seemingly so willing and eager to speak with me so soon after joining. What knowledge do you hope to gain from our interaction? Indeed, a strong name. I am Yama. I borrow this name from the god of the dead, who judges the souls I usher to him. I must warn you, my advice may not be palatable. I hope those are not just words. I strongly insist that you consider heeding my advice. If you are given the choice between bringing your targets in alive or dead, always choose dead. Criminal fugitives must be brought to justice, and the only way to truly serve that justice is to end their lives so that they can be judged fairly in the afterlife. Correct. A criminal fugitive is already trying to run from justice. They will do it again, if given the chance. It is in their nature. Would you allow even a slim chance that they escape again? Even if they turn from their criminal path, would you deny their victims true justice? That is true, and yet the thought that they would go unjudged for so long would eat away at me. But I realize that may not be your belief, so I will not try to convince you any further. My stories are not for your amusement. But I will share one so that you may learn from my mistake. There was one time I decided to let a man live. He had a family, a wife, 3 children. He showed me a picture. They looked happy. He begged I let him live and spend the rest of his days incarcerated. So, at least he could see them occasionally and watch his children grow up from afar. He escaped from prison. He went home and murdered his entire family, and the family next door, and several others. By the time I found him again, he had killed himself, robbing me of the chance to pass him off to face his eternal judgment. Never again. There is not much I wish to divulge. Whatever you have heard about me is likely true. I do not bring back my targets alive. I aim for brutal efficiency. I do not work well with others. You must know, I do not feel the need to appease or delight anyone. I take jobs no one else wants, and I always get it done. That is my value. Leave no quarter, show no mercy.
Well, if it ain't, now what call sign did you take again? Tempest. Ooh, a force to be reckoned with, if you ask me. Wouldn't want to get on your bad side. Well, I can see why you'd take that name. You got my seal of approval. Not that you need it. Name's Bloodhound. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Loads. But let me tell you just one. So, I'm down at some ass-backwards moon outpost out in the boonies. Got this old feller in my sights who's wanted for thieving from Ryujin and the other big corpos. Now, he don't know I ain't gonna shoot him, but he's itching to do something stupid. Then his kids come out. and his grandkids form a circle around him. Turns out, he's stealing so they can all just have a life. I get it. So I let him go. Far as the corpos know, he's dead. Yep, I got cussed out pretty good. But sometimes, it's worth it to do some good in the verse. Sure, I'm a veritable wealth of information. Anything particular on your mind? Well, it ain't what I'd call hot tips, but they serve me well. Eat right, stay hydrated, exercise, just stay healthy. Don't hunt if you're sick. Last thing you want is an errant cough or sneeze to give you away when you're trying to use the element of surprise. Personally, I prefer the diplomatic approach. Just because we're all certified badasses who could easily lay out the toughest spacer punk doesn't mean you're not human. If you ask me, words are a tracker's most effective tool. You'd be surprised how far a little sympathy can take you sometimes. And failing that, most targets are cowards. They don't want to die. Exploit that fact when you can. Now that's a tough one. Depends on the situation. If you can't convince them with words, you may have to rough them up and put the fear of God in them. I suggest you learn as much as you can about human anatomy and physiology. It ain't pretty, but there are many things you can do to a body that ain't lethal, but may cause someone to wish they were.
Yes.
So long.
Speak quickly.
I miss tracking, but hanging around here is just as good. How about that? We got a new tracker in the building. Name's Stash, and I'm more than just a pretty face. You ever need my help, you can step right over here to my little corner and we can talk shop. Whether it's for business or pleasure, that's up to you. I tinker. I make, modify, and refurbish weapons and other equipment. For trackers only. But I don't do it for free, and I don't do it for credits either. I only take Astras. And you get whatever I give you. No questions, no special requests, no refunds. Darn right they trust me. The modifications are solid. My gear's always held up when trackers have needed it. Matter of fact, I do. But the most interesting ones aren't from my tracker field work. Instead, I'm gonna take you back in time to my youth. See, I was a scrappy little neon street rat. I tinkered, built homemade weapons and armor made out of scraps I came across. You can imagine who might buy that sort of thing. That's right, gangbangers and other lowlives. I saw what they used these weapons for, but I had to make money, and it kept me safe from the gangs because they needed me.
You I trust more than you. This you know.
I do. Thank you for understanding.
Absolutely. And that's a good thing to keep in mind as you're out there catching bad guys. Just, try not to do what you gotta do with reckless abandon. Survival isn't always without consequences. No, and yes. No, it's Stash like my mustache. Yes, it's kind of on the nose, like my mustache. Well, under it, but you get the idea. But yeah, it does work out like that, doesn't it? You're not the first to suggest it, and I doubt you'll be the last. And before you ask, no, I didn't grow the stash because I got a stash of goods or vice versa. Sometimes nicknames just stick. Hey, good luck catching bad guys out there.
Agent Koyos, at your service. If you have need of my services, just ask, but try not to monopolize my time. Mostly, stand around waiting for someone to interact with me. I am connected to the tracker database, so when a tracker either has or needs information about a certain target, they come to me. My directive is to assist trackers with any queries they have, and if desired, give advice based on the information we have compiled. No, it is a pseudo-acronym meant to emphasize my station as hardware and software. My programmer thought it would be clever, but clearly it goes over most heads. Koyos was a Greek Titan god, born of Uranus and Gaia. He was known as a Titan of knowledge and queries. But I wouldn't expect you to know that. Goodbye.
This is an official bounty commissioned by the Freestar government. It has come to our attention that the mercenary known as the Vulture has become a major national security threat. Recent reports indicate the target is operating on the planet Sumati with a group of veteran mercenaries. The last Freestar law enforcement agent to pursue the target has gone silent. Their most recent coordinates will be provided.
Listen, I'm gonna need to ask you to sit down. You are in hot water, friend. I don't know what you were thinking coming here. Yeah, I was the last fool the Freestar government sent after him. He's got crosshairs fixed on us right now. If I was to guess, he's probably positioned on the ridge over by...
Now, what do we have here? Guess I spooked the council enough to send a ranger, and not just any ranger. You're the bootlicker who killed Paxton Hull. What an honor. Ex-member. My men and I left Paxton's extortion gang long before you decided to deal with them. Unfortunately, that's not an option. This is about more than just me. The Council of Governors is venal, to say the least. My men and I intend to liberate the Freestar people from a government they don't even realize is despotic. I appreciate the offer, though. I understand for you this is simply business. Regardless, there's only one way this ends, so let's not waste any more time. Happy hunting, Ranger.
Warning, enemy activity detected. That tower has the potential.
just hearing things, or...?
I got you.
The Jansen family immigrated here.
You need anything, Bloodhound?
If you have need of my services, just ask. But try not to monopolize my time.
She just lost another baby tooth. She's really
Evaluating database for Cephas Hughes. Please wait. Match found. First instance. Freestar Citizen Registry. Current status. Missing after colony war. Evaluating most recent relevant data. Biometric scan match detected outside of Freestar jurisdiction on Paradiso. Room number 303. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
Fire down on...
Hi there.
Not bad, Ranger. Wish we'd had you on Nira during the war. Funny how fate turns brothers against each other. I like to think God enjoys the irony. I'm not so sure about that, Ranger. I don't do this out of some misguided sense of revenge. That's where Paxton went wrong. I do this because Freestar citizens deserve better. The Council of Governors is corrupt. You've seen it yourself. You think Ron Hope was the only snake in the grass? Does it matter? Tired or not, I have a cause to fight for, and I'll dedicate my dying breath to it. Is that right? You're ruthless, I'll give you that. You have my attention, Tracker. I'm still hearing you out.
All right, Ranger, you got me. And just promise you'll keep me out of Freestar custody. They'll want me cold the second I'm convicted.
Look what the Astra dragged in.
The name of this target will be familiar to most of us here, but a far cry from the legends we share. This Mantis is no hero. Instead, leaving a wake of victims in the name of a false justice. Pursuing bounties without authorization, torturing targets, executing the accused awaiting trial. If we allow this criminal to continue unabated, we run the risk of upending the very system that keeps us all in check. For various reasons, the threat level has been recently evaluated. I have now cleared this as a high-priority bounty, restricted to approved trackers only. Come see me if you remain undaunted.
Leave no quarter. The Alliance is strong and getting stronger by the day. Indeed you are. I had a feeling you might be interested in this target in particular. Do I really need to say it? In service to that, I have information that might direct your search. An update via relay from one of our specialized trackers looking into the matter. Gale. He promised a lead on our target's base of operations, a find sure to tip the scales in our favor. Had he managed to transmit the details, I would provide them to you without hesitation. Unfortunately, we lost communication before he could find an opportunity, and I have not heard from him in some time. That is where you should start your search. Access the data beacon Gale last used to transmit his signal, and see if you can get a read on his location. You won't be the first tracker sent in pursuit of this imposter Mantis, but if all goes well, you will be the last. Leave no quarter, show no mercy.
No one said this Mark was giving everyone a hard time, but they're gonna love how easy I picked up the trail. Couple more jobs like this, I think I can make a case to take on my own contracts. Just have to figure out what the hell's Ecliptic doing out here? Cutting the transmission short. Gonna try slingshotting around McClure, touching down off their radar. Worst comes to worst, I'll lay low until someone from HQ picks up my ping. Come on. I know you got some life in you, Hummingbird. Don't quit on me now, girl.
Making the ship there.
Looks like you came across something interesting. Well, go ahead and take that off your hands. Push up, we got him outnumbered.
Dance with death for long.
Keep it quick, and don't waste my free cycles. That action is well within my assigned purview. Allow me a moment. Data access complete. Partial corruption noted. Attempting reconstruction, repairing. Unable to fully restore data. It would be ill-advised. It is a temperamental process, and it is already in the state of being accessed. To start and restart the process would only further degrade the remaining data. Affirmative. Data points include a survey of several fringe systems, biochemical assessments, inquiries on trackers' assets, and error. I have transferred the data to this slate if you wish to refer to them.
They're always welcome back, Tempest. I have offered the only real lead available to us at present, but if there is something else you wanted to discuss, feel free. Things rarely unfold this easily as we wish, with the contents at least able to offer some insight into the location of your target. not knowing our history, but that is not a name I wish spoken within these walls for various reasons. Suffice to say, I do not believe there is anything there worth pursuing. We burned everything having to do with that man, and anything connected to his professional life. Wherever those ashes might be, his transgressions are long buried with him. It is not a past worth dredging up. Is that the extent of information you were able to uncover? I assure you that is not the case. Whatever issues we deal with now, nothing good will come from revisiting those accounts. If we ignore history, we may doom ourselves to repeat it. For better or worse, things seem to revolve around Volk in some way. It is possible that personal stake may be clouding my judgment in ways I cannot see. The significance of our creed is not lost on me. You are tenacious. Fine. It is an open secret anyway. Most other members are aware, so one more won't change that. With the matter settled, Koyos is now authorized to index information across Volk's accounts, contacts, safe houses, and previously known aliases. And since he is no doubt listening in on this very conversation, you should be receiving coordinates shortly to wherever your data points and something on that list of assets have lined up.
Affirmative. Transmitting identified coordinates now.
If you still require answers beyond that, I will allow it. But just this once. In truth, the events that unfolded bring me a great shame I do not believe myself worthy of overcoming at times. Volk, at one point, was the best of us. He chased his quarry to the ends of the universe, an ideal trackers strive toward. I had thought that capturing the most bounties in our storied history would be enough. But a hunger like that is not easily satiated. At first he was, but it was short-lived. He wanted to be better, so he expected others to follow suit. It is something Volk would never have admitted at the time, but he looked up to the Mantis. He really did want to make a difference, in his way. Perhaps from that lofty goal he grew frustrated that he never felt any real change in the system. Felons were cycled in and out as criminality steadily rose, despite our collective efforts. There was an especially sharp spike in crime a few years back that stretched our resources fairly thin. It was around then that Volk began his policy of no survivors. And it is an apt sound. Volk had had his disagreements in policy before then, but it's at that point that he felt emboldened to indulge his demons. The previous Agent Number 1 looked the other way as he tore across the systems. And so did we. With more work to go around than trackers available to take it, we could not afford infighting, which gave Volk his opportunity. He killed our Number 1 in cold blood, and I let it happen. I knew he had ambition, but I was naive in thinking it had a limit. It is a mistake I still carry with me to this day. You can understand why I do not wish to dwell on this history. It is a courtesy I would not extend to just anyone. Do not let my trust in you be misplaced. I hope this at least provides you some perspective as you pursue your target. I know in my mind Volk is dead, but I sense the same unease as this Mantis grows emboldened. Put an end to this before the worst comes to pass, and history repeats itself on a grander scale.
Repair attempt is insufficient for full recovery, but Oleg is grateful. Extra part remaining after unsuccessful repair. Oleg will return to helpful user, while Oleg runs diagnostics.
perimeter. To think this location will be found so soon. Usually one has to be lured here. Intense narrowing of focus as a coping mechanism, denying the reality of one's situation. One subject, isolated. Threat assessment, negligible. Potential affiliations, ecliptic, fleet, possibly independent. Requires further inquiry. Side note to reassess the Alliance's current capacities. Possibly more affected by recent losses, if their ranks now include even ones at this level. Direct intervention not deemed critical. Still, list of unknowns requires further examination before final judgments. Ventilation clear. Anesthetic primed. Adjusting dose as appropriate. Inducing sedation state now. Auxiliary systems on standby. Defiance in situations in which they lack control. Initiating vetting process. Moving to trial phase. Observation will continue so long as the subject does. But signs point to this one falling sooner than the others. That's just a taste of what's in store for you.
Engage evasive maneuvers.
Dusty, snap out of it!
Hey, come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
Whoa, you don't look good.
It's too late for that. Closing the vents won't save. Push forward to your own demise. I'm afraid the observation phase has ended. I have everything everything I need to bring things to a close. These results, I admit, are disappointing. And alongside your history, well, you can see why I'm justified in stopping you here. I understand your desire to exert control in a dire situation, but I will not be the one to do you in here. You've already done that yourself, by way of your own actions. Through my efforts, I have confirmed your nature, and deemed you befitting execution. But in the interest of good faith, let's read aloud my findings before we begin. Before us, we have one of the most notorious criminals in the settled systems. A bounty hunter with a bounty. Wanted across the entirety of known space. Which brings us to the transgression that ultimately led you astray today. Proud member of the Trackers Alliance. Purveyors of the very system of injustice they would have me ignore. Buying and selling freedom with the unearned moral superiority that can only come with governmental backing. Considering what you've done, how long would it have been until your alliance set its trackers on you? Not that it matters now. The list goes on, but you can clearly see the issue we have on our hands. Then I suppose you're in luck. You stand right there and do nothing, just as you have been. I'll see how long that lasts. Now that we've passed judgment, we move to our final phase. You've all heard the charges, all of which our subject is clearly guilty of. Do as you see fit to ensure he never commits them again. Despite their violence.
out of it. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? Any of this look familiar? Everything else.
Take it easy. Do you know where you are? Patient at Loberon Medical? Any of this look familiar? It's okay. Such a condition. Anyone would have trouble grounding themselves. The mantis isn't real. They can't hurt you. Not here. Paranoia is a worrying sign. It seems your condition is declining. If we don't stabilize you now, there could be serious consequences. Now lay back and give yourself over to the treatment.
I know it's hard to accept, but you're almost through the worst of it. An act, is it? Very well. I can't help those who can't help themselves. It seems as though we're through here.
That's it. I'm done indulging you. I offered you mercy, and you refused my kindness. Whatever you are, whatever game you're playing at, it ends here. You have forced my hand, so don't blame me for the outcome. If you hadn't chosen to interfere in my work, you wouldn't have shot up my list. No matter our petty squabbles, those whose sin must be brought to justice. Who are you to judge me? I'm sure the lies no one's fed you make you think that. Your leader says my way is immoral simply because it's not theirs. You can't tell me putting criminals away permanently is wrong. You leave someone alive and they end up committing more crimes. Have you really accomplished anything? Done any good? Can you really consider that justice? But to whom? What does it matter what we do to someone who doesn't care how they affect others to begin with? The Tracker's Alliance wants to judge me as if they hold some divine right above mine. But the truth is, the only thing that separates us is which end of the barrel we end up on. You will not speak its name to me! You Trackers are a blight that needs to be removed. If you can't be reformed, then you must be eradicated. A safer, settled systems, an end to exploitation, a better age. A mantis is meant to instill fear and affect change, not fizzle away into a bedtime story for children. You're capable. You should be helping make that vision real, not following blindly and perpetuating an immoral standstill. You know nothing about what the mantis truly represents. You are no more than another false vision attempting to confuse me. Your evaluation is at its end. You're a threat to my work and need to be taken off the board. The time for talking is over, and I will not be denied. Not by you, not by anyone.
I received confirmation in the system before your arrival. I expected nothing less. If you would indulge me, I would be interested in what exactly transpired. Who did this mantis turn out to be? Someone with that level of expertise in Tracker's tactics, acting as a proxy for the Mantis, and in a place with connections to Volk? If nothing else, these concurrences were orchestrated deliberately in service of some larger goal. We are rarely the villains of our own story. Whatever your proclivities, if someone stands in the way of what you consider to be right, stopping them makes you the hero. As for this Mantis, how do you reconcile their ideology? Do you have any doubts as to the decision you made in stopping them? I believe you to have a broader perspective than you let on, but I will not push. That is your choice, and we all have our methods of confronting our truths, even if it involves ignoring them. I commend you in bringing this bounty to an end. Your payment, well earned. We can return to our work, and the ghosts of our past can once again be put to rest. You have my gratitude, Tempest.
What are you standing around for when there's fugitives on the loose?
Trackers, this is Lieutenant Owen Flores of Neon Security, officially putting out a bounty for someone calling themselves the Widow. We've had a series of deaths in Neon. This
The jail's starting to fill up,
concern,
thanks to you.
but all these deaths have one connection. They were all employed by Ryujin Industries. When notified of our investigation, Ryujin urged us to proceed with extreme discretion. In other words, they want this handled quickly and quietly. That's where you come in. There was another death here. We have the scene sectioned off. Meet me there to begin your investigation.
Don't make me jump. Sorry, friend. We got an active crime scene here, so can't chat. Tracker, glad you're here. Lieutenant Owen Flores. I'm spearheading the investigation. Look, you read the bounties, so if you want to cut right to the chase, let's do it. But I can re-jog your memory if you need the lesson. Only two things that we can confirm at this time. They're all engineers at Ryujin Industries, and there's no signs of struggle or damage on the bodies. So either they're all getting heart attacks, or something bigger is going on. Albert Green. He was a local, a Ryujin engineer here in Neon. We don't know specifically what projects he was working on. He didn't have any criminal record to speak of. No tickets, no warnings, nothing. A real model citizen from the looks of it. Woke up, went to work, went home. Wife, no kids. Well-paying job. No relatives aside from the witness. Sydney Green, wife of the victim. Bartender at a nearby cocktail bar. Married for 10 years, no kids, no living relatives. She's pretty rattled, understandably. Try to go easy on her. I like the sound of that. Victim here is a Ryujin engineer, same as the others. Only difference here is that the killer was clumsy this time, and there's a witness. Investigate the crime scene. Search the body, talk to the witness, do whatever you gotta do to get a lead. Come back to me when you got one, and we can get to the bottom of this.
Good. Nothing to report? Nope, nothing. Pretty slow day so far. Hopefully we'll see some action soon. I'm tired of just looking around. You and me
Remember, if their music were ever played.
Wondering what that smell is? It's me.
The lieutenant said that you need to ask me some questions. I'll try my best. Well, my husband Albert and I were coming back from dinner on our way home when it happened. This person came out of nowhere and started yelling about a widow and a serpent or something, screaming at us like a madman. I tried to get Albert to walk faster, but the person started following us and pointing at Albert and screaming. And then he pointed, and there was this click. And Albert fell in my arms. He wasn't moving. I started screaming for help, and eventually security showed up. That's all I know. I'm sorry. He took Albert's laptop and did something with it. I'm not sure what. I don't know where he ran, or where he is now, or what he wanted with Albert. I'm sorry. This is all so sudden. I'm trying the best I can right now. Wait. One more thing. I saw he had on this weird mask. It was like the ones the fish workers use. I'm sorry. Please excuse me.
What do you got for me? Nice work. Now we can follow them without raising suspicion. Whatever was on that laptop was important enough for them to kill for. What could have been on there? And with all the deaths being Ryujin employees, how do they come into play here? I don't like the smell of this, Tracker. No, but I've been keeping an eye out. She had mentioned that mask, and I think I've seen something like it around here. Well, besides asking for discretion from us, not much. They don't want to signal to the public or attackers that something's wrong. Still, closing your eyes to your employees being killed? Nasty business. Deal? Find the data, find the killer, find some answers. I'll stay here and run cleanup. After that, I have a hunch I want to follow up on. Meet me at Off-World Eats when you got something. Back in one piece. That's a good sign. Did you find the data? Zia Abbas. That lines up with what I got. After cleanup, I staked out the scene and apprehended a suspect wearing a mask similar to what Sydney described in her account. After some questioning about what they know about Ryujin and this widow, they gave me a name. Zia. I think this Zia Abbas is our widow. The words seem to have an effect on them. Hold on, Tracker. You could be whipping up a storm if you go in guns blazing. Here, I got these off the suspect. Might be helpful. The password will get you in, and the disguise should let you walk around freely. Before you go, I need to level with you. Something about this whole operation smells funny. Call it a hunch, but this is more than just targeted murders. This widow has some plan she's cooking, something big. I know your bounty's only for the widow, but I could use some help cracking this open and stopping her. I need you to go in quietly, get the data, get their plans, and come back here so we can set up an ambush and take her and her operation out. I can also make it worth your while, if doing a good deed isn't enough for you. Think about it.
Our minds are clouded by sorrow. Welcome, friend.
Ah, there you are. Thank you for completing your mission. The data is vital to the Great Serpent's coming reckoning. Yes, the Great Serpent says that in all resistance I am present. So think of it as them merely testing your allegiance. After all, have I not delivered you all from suffering through the power of the Great Serpent? With me, you're given the tools to finally enact the revenge so demanded by the Coiled One. The Great Serpent has spoken directly to me. I've communed and heard its voice. It demands that we enact revenge against the scourge that is Ryujin Industries. It is an affront to the Great Serpent. Well, aren't we an inquisitive one today? The Great Serpent sees all, knows all. So even if it looks like a small insult to someone like you, to the Serpent, it is a stain on the universe. With speakers such as I, the Great Serpent is able to communicate its will. And who are we to go against the direct voice of the Serpent? Wouldn't you agree? Your eagerness will be rewarded in time. I have communed with the Great Serpent. And we believe that the hour of revenge is soon at hand. With the data you collected, I am able to put into place the final pieces of our righteous anger. But before then, I must commune with the Serpent before we make preparations. Expect an announcement soon.
Without the Widow, I don't know where I'd be.
How'd the infiltration go? What'd you find?
Well, I was just trying something. Hey, are you making fun of my cooking?
Overclock. I've read that somewhere recently. Hold on. Overclock. Nero amp. Here we go. It was mentioned in the contract for the experimental operation Zia's wife had done with Ryujin. Had to do with a potentially fatal glitch in the Nero amp. She must have found the glitch and built these things to capitalize on them, frying the brain of the wearer. How's the data she stole play into this? That'd cause a total company scandal. Ryujin's big, but I don't think they'd be able to survive a stunt like that. Not to mention how emboldened she'll feel after pulling it off. We have to stop her. We can use your information against her. If you go to the press event and disable these amplifiers, we can wait for her to come in and ambush her, saving the engineers and taking out the Widow in one fell swoop. Good call. I'll get us and my team access to the event so we don't raise suspicion. They'll know what you're doing, so they shouldn't give you any trouble. Just so we're clear, I know your bounty's only for the Widow, so I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to sidestep all this and go in loud to draw her in. But I'd appreciate if you helped us out and disabled these amplifiers. A lot of innocent people could get hurt here. I'll throw in some extra credits, too, if that's what you're needing. I'll be there when you're done, so we can catch her red-handed. Good luck, Tracker.
We serve delicious food from around the galaxy.
My boss expects something major from this.
Well, are we ready? Good work, Tracker. I'll signal to my men to get in position. I'll let the staff know to send out a fake emergency call, baiting Zia in. Ready? Here we go.
Everyone, get up now! Hold it! Zia, boss, you're under arrest on the charge of murder and attempted terrorist action. You're surrounded. You and your men give up, and we can make this easy on everyone.
I'd rather die than listen to a Ryujin lapdog. I've made my peace, Lieutenant. Have you made yours?
Negotiations were never really my strong suit. Tracker, you take point on this. I'll trust your move here.
Why would I listen to you? then I will hurt them again. I will hurt them over and over again if I need to. I can't surrender now. Not after what I've done. Come on, try me. I'll think of something. The Great Serpent will deliver us. Don't you see? This is the only way! Damn it! Lower your weapons! Surrender! We're finished.
I'll be damned. You managed to talk her down. Less work for me now. Not as much paperwork. Good job, Tracker. Bounty completed. Don't worry about it too hard. Here, I've found these things in confiscations. They've been gathering dust for years. You'll, put them to better use. Also, a little more on the top, as promised. I don't know where you're going or what you're doing after this, but good luck.
This is Detective Shane Whalen with New Atlantis Security. I'm putting a bounty out for the Sioka Syndicate Lieutenant Riku Okada. This elusive pain in my arse has apparently decided to expand the Aurora market to my city. I don't appreciate it. If you're interested, meet me at the UC Security office in New Atlantis.
I don't know why you're giving me so much shit for this.
It's unethical. You and I both know you can handle this job yourself. Involving bounty hunters is asking for trouble.
That's the whole point, Sergeant.
Enough. I've heard enough. Looks like you have a visitor to attend to.
Yeah, about damn time one of you tracker types showed up. And a member of the Vanguard at that. Excellent. It'll be refreshing to work with a real pilot, not these security clowns. Huh, you're a little more polite than the usual bounty hunter. I'll get to the point then. As you know, there's been a massive influx of Aurora being smuggled into the city by these Sioka thugs. Not only is this substance banned throughout all UC space, but the stuff being circulated seems to be of dubious quality. Every week there's a new case where some sad fool flies into a violent rage after a bad trip.
If I may interject, Detective, a report just came in. There's been another incident in the well. Best we send someone to investigate immediately.
Oh, fantastic. Why can't any of you do your damn jobs? Yeah, I guess you're up, Tracker. Get down there and see if you can get a lead on this bastard. If you find anything interesting, report back to me. Chances are I'll be at the spaceport Terrabrew.
Please, somebody help! Okay. Everything is gonna be okay. Who are you? Are you security? Oh god.
I'm not sure. I just woke up like this. There was this dealer I met. I don't remember much about them, but I know I've seen them around here before. They said they were selling some Aurora. Stuff was a fraction of the price you would get on Neon 2, so I bought as much as I could. My friends and I tried some after a few drinks. Next thing I remember is waking up here. Please. I have no idea what happened. I don't know what to do. Everyone's dead. Kay's house. I met them around Kay's house. That's all I remember, I swear.
What's up? Hey, whoa, calm down. What the hell? Wait a sec. No need to get hasty. We're still talking this out. Damn. Maybe you have a point. Real bounty my ass. You trackers will bag any contract you can get. Listen, this has been a great chat, but I have to dip.
Hey, whoa.
All right. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, what the hell? Listen, I'm just a dealer. The supplier's been pretty good at keeping me in the dark. Though I've seen my contacts skulking around the alley next to Jake's bar quite a bit. If you're looking for where they're storing the supply, I'd check around there. Can you let me go now? Ah, screw you. Whatever, it's not my first rodeo.
You really thought you could pull one of our guys off the street and no one would?
You know, Tracker, you've always been easy to ambush. Though to be fair, it's never really stopped you before. Well, sometimes dreams do come true. Your boss cut me a deal. I put my head on the line for the trackers, and I get an early parole. And while I'd love to catch up, this place is about to swarm with syndicate thugs. Best we ditch the well while we still can. Go ahead and take point. I've got your back. Well, that was hell. I have to ask, what exactly did you do in there to stir the hornet's nest? That'll do it. I'm sure they don't appreciate the prospect of you uncovering any information they may have stored in there. Find anything interesting during your rampage? Hey, laugh all you want. Paradiso is still the best place to lay low when you're on the run. It's one of the only colonies outside of both UC and Freestar Space, and they serve a mean breakfast. I was having chicken marsala on the beach every other week before you came along and ruined it. Now, do you want my help or not? What did you find in the well? Let me take a look. I know the place. In fact, I killed the original owner. Long story. I used to do some cleanup jobs for Paxton after the war. If you want, I can meet you there and provide some fire support. I wouldn't flatter yourself too much. I wasn't really inclined to help you at all until I heard the bounty slate. It just so happens we both have interests related to this contract. Regardless, my first priority is to help you with your target. So, you want the help or not? Got it. I'll cover your approach from outside the facility and intercept any unwanted visitors trying to get the drop on you.
Beautiful, isn't it? Not too many cities out there have a soul quite like New Atlantis. It has nothing to prove, nothing to hide. Doesn't need neon lights to distract you from its insecurities. I've bled for this city my entire life. I'll be damned before it's turned into some den of iniquity. I never said the city didn't have its problems. I was simply pointing out other cities have a habit of embodying their vices. Here, we've at least tried to outgrow them. Gagarin, huh? Strange security's not intercepting the contraband before it lands on planet. Let me take a look at those coordinates. Huh. They're occupying an abandoned villa from the colony war. Used to belong to some private defense contractor. Best you move on the place sooner than later. My 2 cents says your bounty target is keeping a close eye on his operation from there. What are you on about? You know what? I don't even want to know. You have a job to do, so get to it. Whatever you found, it's irrelevant to your job. You have a bounty. Complete it, take your credits, and be on your way. All right, pilot. You want me to be honest? Truth is, you and I fought and bled for the UC. We kept our cities clean. Now some Freestar trash spills over into our territory, and you're telling me these animals deserve to go through our justice system? The only reason you're here is because when you gun down one of these criminals on the street, I get to write it off as third-party collateral. I never needed your help. I was just hoping you would stack up a body count. Yes. All things considered, it's worked pretty well so far. Fine. I'll sit tight while you take lead then. Either way, you still have to deal with this villa the Syndicate settled in. I have other business to settle around the city. Don't have time to go off planet. I have no doubt. Just do me a favor and report directly back to me when you're done.
Are you okay, Dad? You look tired. You're sweating.
I mean, considering you just slaughtered an entire warehouse of my men, I could probably assume as much. And you didn't even bring security to back you up? Madness! Hey, Fred! See this guy? Actually insane. Well, hang on a second. Let me help you out a bit. This working? Hey, everyone. So we have... Hey! Turn it off! It's my turn to talk. We have a special guest today. The tracker who murdered all of our friends in the New Atlantis warehouse. He's paying us a visit. Isn't that unhinged? If you don't mind taking care of him, that'd be great. Thanks.
Gonna open you up.
That's what we're doing. Waste some time. I didn't actually think.
What? No time to chat before fighting things out? Did you have fun at least? I guess that's fair. Maybe if I get out, we can go for round two, huh?
The triumphant hero returns. Seriously, though, good job on the bounty. I know that my intentions were passionate, but you held your principles. Here, this was my sidearm during the Colony War. I'm an old man now, so you'll probably have more use for it. I also moved some paperwork around. That villa you just raided is yours to keep. It's better in your hands than abandoned government property. You watch yourself out there now. The settled systems has a way of breaking people's spirits, especially the idealistic. No, this job will probably see the death of me. But it's work worth dying for. Not quite sure what this city would do without me. I appreciate it. Honestly, you really surprised me. Never expected it. Bloody hell.
Remember me, you old bastard? Been waiting 20 years to put a bullet in you.
What? What are you on about? Wait a second. You're... Oh, you're that sniper from Nira.
I told you I'd find you after the war. When I listened to that bounty slate you put out, I knew it. I just knew that was your voice. Bitter and spiteful as ever.
You already wiped out my entire squad during the war. Did you not get your fill of blood?
Shut up! Shut your damn mouth! To this day, I'm haunted by the atrocities you committed, the innocents you had slaughtered. Memories that have almost pushed me over the edge. That pain drives me every day. I'm finally gonna put an end to it.
Wait! Tracker! Stop this madness, for Christ's sake! I mean, look at the man! He's lost it!
This worthless sack of shit before you is Sergeant Shane Whalen of the UC Red Devils. He led a squad that leveled an entire civilian settlement on Nira, and got away with it. When it happened, I was on a recon mission to evaluate UC-occupied territories. I was forced to watch his war crimes play out from a distance. Before the war ended, I personally hunted down every last member of his squad. But this rat was able to slip away just as the ceasefire was called.
He's full of it. Pay no mind this rubbish. He needs to be put down, Tracker. What he's saying is partially true. 2 members of my squad had lost family on Nira. We were getting chewed up by Freestar scouts raiding our supply lines and vanishing. After weeks of being ambushed, one of those squad members snapped and sent their sirens to hunt for scouts in a local settlement. When he inevitably found some, more of my men charged in to decimate the town. The assault was indiscriminate. The rest of my men and I were ready to have all of them court-martialed, but then this madman started picking us off.
You have to trust me, Tracker. If we had scouts in that settlement, Paxton wouldn't have sent me to recon the area. I know for a fact you've heard him talk about my people. He thinks we're rats. He'd have set fire to all of Nira if he had the chance. Even if they're worse, so what? That doesn't justify them destroying the entire settlement. Perhaps you're right. Fine. You're lucky our mutual acquaintance here has a kind heart. I'll see you in court.
Screw you! Have fun dodging the assault charges, I'll file, you lunatic!
Thanks for always trying your best to save lives. I'm glad to see you haven't changed. Your arbitration is appreciated, Tracker. Hopefully our paths cross again.
Greetings, fellow trackers. We recently received a new incoming bounty request for Hannibal Eutropio, with new information concerning his whereabouts. He and his new gang were last seen operating in the vicinity of...
What are you standing around for when there's fugitives on the
before
loose?
he moves again. Before setting out, I advise you to speak with me for additional details. I expect your word after the last time. But first, let me tell you what I know. The Newton system is not a high-traffic area, and it's well outside of any particular jurisdiction. We believe it's prime for the sort of theft and chop shop operation Hannibal has been known to run. The report suggests that Hannibal and his crew are actively dismantling ships in space there. There is a high degree of confidence that Hannibal himself was sighted there at the time, so we need to act fast. However, I assume you may have more questions? It was still in the system, awaiting new information. Since we now have new information, we've again raised its priority. You'll notice that the reward amount has gone up considerably. Whoever he has wronged now is more serious about taking him in. We can never be 100% certain, but this updated bounty contract came in with a sense of urgency that we can't afford to ignore. Frankly, I believe it's worth the risk. Hannibal is not known for being particularly dangerous, even if he does seem to enjoy giving us the runaround. He's a thief, a known criminal with an active bounty on his head. Perhaps he thought it would lower the priority on his bounty, and for a time he would be right. Sometimes these criminals turn back to the only thing they know how to do: more crime. Whatever the case, it seems he was not being truthful with you, either intentionally or not. Negative, Tracker. Hannibal is specifically wanted alive. If you kill him, not only will it reflect poorly on the Trackers Alliance, it will violate the terms of the bounty contract, and you'll lose out on the reward. I can't control what you do, but I highly recommend you retrieve Hannibal as directed. Stay sharp, and keep in mind that Hannibal always seems to have a plan on how to evade us at the last second. Hopefully your experience dealing with him before will come in handy. Remember, bring him back here alive. Now hurry, before he gets away again.
I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna need you to state your business and be fast about it. Yeah, well, I've never heard of you, and I have no idea what you're talking about. I already know you're crazy enough to come here in the first place, so maybe you're serious. Sorry, can't help you. He's too important to let go. I doubt it's worse than anything I've heard around here. Well, nice chat. But I'm not opening this door for anyone, so you can go pound sand. Bye. You again? I'd love to see you try. Good luck. I see you've managed to work your way in here despite our security measures. We'll let you in to talk, but it's gonna be on our terms, or it won't happen at all. Please remove all your equipment, including your weapon. You'll be allowed to have them back once we establish you're not a threat. So, I regret to inform you, this isn't gonna go how you thought it was gonna go. You're currently bombarded by powerful electromagnetic waves designed to scramble your brain, but only enough to knock you out for a bit. It's safe enough, I think. But I don't envy the headache you'll have when you wake up. We'll figure out what to do about you by the time you come around later. Enjoy your beauty rest, scumbag.
You did it! Can you use this key to open my cell? Thanks. I'm no good in a fight, so I'm relying on you to get to the main door control and open up this joint. I'll make sure I stay safe and wait for you as close to the exit as I can before leaving. Send any other prisoners my way. Good luck, for both our sakes.
Oh, thank God. They're dead. You killed them. Who are you? Did my father send you to free me?
You got lucky this time.
That's a relief, but also disconcerting. I wonder why there's been no rescue team. It's almost like he just gave up on me. Thanks. I needed to hear that. Let's hope you're right. But at least you're here, and you took care of those spacers. Maybe you'd be better off with the password to the armory than I would. It only makes sense, since you've got the best shot at getting past their leader and opening up the front gate so we can escape. The controls to unlock the gate are closely guarded, from what I hear. No one enters or leaves without permission. Anyway, the password is Crimson Revenge. All one word. Uppercase C in Crimson, uppercase R in Revenge. I'll try to find a place to hide near the exit, but some of the doors may not be open until you find the controls. Good luck, and don't worry, I won't leave without you.
There's a very real threat you're going to die here.
Oh, hey. Of all the trackers I thought would come after me, I didn't expect it to be you.
Hold your fire. And you, shut up. I'll get back to you.
Goody. Can't wait.
I'm curious to know how you managed to escape your cell and get past my crew. Regardless, any hope of leaving alive ends here. This guy? The only thing he's running is his mouth. It's no wonder you've never heard of me. I've done a lot to make sure the name Chell Lazaroff stays off the bounty boards. And the only reason I'm telling you is because you're not going to leave this room alive. But maybe if you tell me how you escaped, I'll consider just crippling you and forcing you to work. That way, I can make sure it doesn't happen again. I didn't hire them for their brains, but apparently they must be blind if you slip past them. I underestimated you, but now that I know what you're capable of, that won't happen again.
It's really hard to find intelligent, skilled goons out in the middle of the blackest sea. Trust me, I know. I worked hard to assemble my last crew, then this kooky tracker jerk comes along and kills them all.
If only there was a way to staple your lips shut and still get what I want out of you.
If I think of anything, I'll be sure to let you know.
Amazing. Did you hear that? The tracker thinks they can bargain for you. I'll allow it. If anything, it'll give poor Hannibal some hope that someone actually wants him before I do horrible things to him.
You're a tracker and a ranger? Is there a faction within the settled systems you don't belong to?
Wait, are you one of them? Sysdef doesn't scare me, but you people? I've heard stories. Hold up. You told them where you were going, didn't you? That's why you're not afraid. This could be very bad.
That's right, I've seen them in action. Ooh, you were in for a load of trouble. Giving up and letting me go must be sounding pretty good about now.
I'm not convinced, but I'm not convinced either. Ugh. Fine. Look, I don't want your kind of trouble. I'll give you Hannibal if you let me live. I've got a lot of work to do to pack up what we can and get out of here before you alert the authorities. Collect Hannibal and get out of my sight.
Rookie? Wait, are you still a rookie tracker? Probably not after what I just witnessed. Anyway, I'm impressed. You did it all without a drop of bloodshed. Well, except for the dozens of Chell's minions along the way, I presume. Anyway, if it's alright with you, maybe you and me can make our way out of here and ride off into the sunset like best buds? Huh? Wait! You gotta hear what I have to say before you do anything rash. Please. Oh, you're gonna get a kick out of this. See, I really did go straight after I ditched you the last time we met. I swear to you. I haven't even walked away with a borrowed pen. I'm into salvage now. I tear apart abandoned derelict ships. The business is a little slower, of course, but it's legit. Mostly. I mean, no one gives me permission, but it's victimless, I swear. Anyway, that's what I was doing when these people showed up, killed my new crew, and nabbed me. That's a little trickier to explain. See, you know how my whole thing is that I don't get caught? Well, I got caught this time. But I had a contingency plan in place. I have a system set up to automatically put out a bounty on me with my last known location if I don't check in after a given interval. After all, I can break out. I mean, I can dutifully serve my time in prison and still live. Because you folks are professionals. And I know I can count on you following a trail no matter how cold it gets. Especially since I've given you all the slip so many times. And, well, because I don't have any friends. Partly by design, partly because of how I need to operate. Friends are liabilities. They can squeal. I just got used to it over the years. And then that bitch goes and kills the one crew I think about getting close to. Ironic, isn't it? Well, dang it, it was worth the old college try. I'll go along, serve my time and all that. Anywhere's better than here. Did you know she was gonna pull out my fingernails and force me to break rocks? Can you imagine having to use a heavy cutter like that? Messed up. That's what that is.
You need to leave before you burst.
Did they finally send someone to find me? It's been years! What took so damn long? Me, Lemmy Frankfurt, the kid from New Homestead. I joined up with the fleet way back. Come on, you know me, right? It's why you're here, isn't it? It's not ringing any bells, is it? Damn it. Wait, you are Fleet, aren't you? Great, just my fucking luck. Do you have any idea how long I've been here? They think I'm some sort of big shot in the Crimson Fleet, so they've been trying to ransom me or something. But no one's ever responded, so they made me work. And when I don't work, they beat me. I can't take it anymore. I'm gonna kill every last one of these assholes and get the hell out of here! And I'll kill you or anyone else who gets in my way! Huh? What do you mean by that? I know! Just give me a minute. Yeah. If you're not just blowing smoke up my ass. But maybe you ain't. So you have experience with this? As long as you're not planning on taking me in for anything, you might have a better shot taking these guys out. I get what you're saying. Better not make me regret this. Take my cutter. I know myself well enough to know I can't be trusted with it. I'm too angry, which makes me do stupid things. I'll get myself killed. You can use the cutter on that sealed door nearby. I know the guards stashed some stuff in there you might be able to use. I'll, wait for you somewhere near the exit, so you can't leave without me. Don't you even think of screwing me over!
Let's not linger here any longer than we need to. I know we're probably safe, but I'll feel better once we're outside.
Come on, let's go!
I imagine I can't wait to get out of here.
Hey, Tempest. I brought in another couple bounties. Hope you're keeping up.
Sorry, that's on me. I was held up at a spacer prison, and I had this elaborate system set up to put another bounty on my head so that your trackers would know where to find me. I'd like the record to show I'm here willingly, and that I didn't actually do anything wrong this time.
It sounds like you were abusing the Tracker's alliance system, which is itself a crime. But I'd like to hear from the Tracker, not the wanted felon. Excellent work. While that wasn't part of your mission, it sounds like the settled systems owes you a debt of gratitude. You've done more good than simply capturing an elusive criminal. In a sense, what he did by leading you there was actually for the best.
So, in a way, I'm kind of a hero, right? What you're benevolently saying is that this makes up for all the other stuff, right? You can release me and I'll be on my way?
Absolutely not. The courts will decide your fate. We're just going to keep you here until we can pass you off to them. Oh, before I forget, some mail was delivered for you, along with a significant amount of credits. You must be doing something right out there. You've done well, Tracker. Now, please show our friend here to his temporary living space.
The jails are starting to fill up, thanks to you.
So this is what getting caught feels like. Not sure I like it.
Dr. Prentice and Celia Bastos are notorious bandits who have worked together for years, robbing outposts, ships, and banks across the settled systems. Strangely enough, their bounties came to us separately around the same time, but we believe they'll be found together, so we combined the bounties to make them easier to track. Booker's bounty did not reveal his location, but we have a last known location for Celia, so start there. Come speak with me if you require more information regarding this bounty.
Could you not? Cleaning up after. I mean...
There are always the Alliance is strong and getting stronger by the day. Certainly. Due to their close allegiances with one another, it's expected their bounties would be a package. Perhaps their bounties were placed in the system incorrectly. Either way, the separation is unexpected. We do not know. No name came in with the bounties. Only how to contact them once the bounties are fulfilled. While this may be unusual, it does sometimes happen. Yes, you might encounter some cargo the two have stolen. If you tag it for tracking, we can send a location so it can be retrieved. I will make sure any additional reward for that makes its way to you. From our reports, there were 6 crates of cargo stolen. Perhaps you can find them wherever those two are hiding. Booker and Celia are 2 crime bosses responsible for various heists. The 2 originate from Neon, but expanded their work off-world after teaming up. It makes sense that if you find one of them, the other is probably not far. I suppose you can say that. Stay safe out there, Tempest.
How's that sad little outpost outside New Atlantis treating you, Booker? Didn't think I would know where you and all your other two-faced traitorous bastards are hiding out at? Oh, I know. Trust me, you're not gonna hide from me that easily. Soon enough you'll get a nice warm visit, whether it be from me or the Trackers Alliance. I made sure to pay them a pretty sum to bring you in. Even though it would be all the more sweeter to blast a bullet between your eyes. Whatever comes, just remember, this is what you get.
Whatever you're here to do, just get it over with. Who wants to know? Ah, I get it now. Cecilia really did set the Trackers Alliance on Booker, huh? Guess this is what I get for doubting him. Well, you seem to be looking for it. Yeah? Could I even trust you with that? You think so? I've gotten to worse scraps. Ha! I've heard better threats from Neon street rats. I'm not gonna roll over that easily.
Heard the jails are starting to fill up, thanks to you.
Welcome back, Tempest. And, was the mission successful? Well done. I will have those credits transferred to you. I see you have also tagged all of the cargo they stole. Nicely done. I managed to convince the owners to send a reward for their goods locations. Good work out there. Welcome, Tracker. I am no one. By design. There has always been and always will be an Agent Number 1 to lead us. Upon assuming the mantle, one loses all traces of identity, including all of one's records and history, even gender and voice. You can imagine, many would seek to do harm to one in this position. To protect family and associates, our identity is more than confidential. It is eliminated from existence. I will simply state that our partnership with the United Colonies and Freestar Collective comes with some powerful tools. Yes and no. When one attains this position, ties to family and other associates are cut off. That is the most difficult aspect. As far as anyone knows, my former self is dead. Records of my life are mysteriously lost. I assume that is difficult for those one leaves behind. However, I am fortunate that I did not have many family, associates, or records to lose. My name was no great loss, nor were other aspects of my identity. I never conformed to gender, for instance. For me, it was an easy decision. They call me Agent Number 1, or Agent No One. Use they or them when speaking about me, as to further protect my identity. However, that had already been my preference. As a rank-and-file tracker, it is not a requirement, but it is advised, for the safety of those you know. For a leader such as myself, it is an absolute necessity for the safety of the entire organization. Know that to attain my position of leadership, it was a combination of deeds, competency, professionalism, and above all, trust. An agent takes on a more administrative role, whereas trackers primarily work in the field. Often, when time and age catches up with the tracker, they become an agent, as their experience and wisdom is valued, and it can be difficult to re-assimilate into society. Both roles are equally crucial to our operation. After the Narian War, there were issues with extrajudicial vigilantism involving bounty hunting. The Trackers Alliance was formally established and sanctioned by the Freestar Collective and the United Colonies as a way to combat this growing problem. The governments of the settled systems hire us for our specialized skills and allow us to operate largely unhindered in exchange for holding us accountable. This mutual trust is rarely breached. Certainly, it's largely the same whether you're finding targets of opportunity with your scanner, taking on an elite tracker bounty mission, or going after a target of interest. After you've convinced your target to surrender, or subdued them through non-lethal force, you can register them with the system. Registering them lets either local law enforcement or a specialized tracker know to come transport them away. With someone on their way, your target would not get far. They would be charged with additional felonies. It would only be worse for them. Yes, I won't go into the particulars, but even if you are in the furthest reaches of space, someone will eventually be directed to pick up your target. We have trackers who specialize in prisoner escort and detainment, rather than what we're asking you to do. They have the ships and equipment required to ensure successful handoff to the appropriate authority. can see why you would ask, but no. Criminals are punished by the justice system depending on their crimes. Some of those punishments can be harsh. Not everyone in the Alliance feels the same about the motto, as it's a bit of a holdover from older times. It's more of a tradition, and it serves as a reminder to never give up and pursue your targets to the end of the universe, so they can face justice one way or another. Our system works pretty well for us. Leave no quarter, show no mercy.
Yes, that was likely.
Well,